Good morning, class. You're getting ready to start your composition scavenger hunt video project. This is your first video project of the year. You guys have gotten your hands on the camera equipment. You know how it works. We've gone over safety procedures, checkout procedures, check-in procedures, how to properly set up the equipment. So I know you are eager to make your first video project in this class. I'm sorry that I can't be here with you guys as you get started on this first video project, but I want to start out by laying out my expectations for you in this project. I'll go over the requirements, the rules. I'll also talk a little bit today about the rubric and how you're going to be graded on this project. So please pay attention. If you need to access this video at a later time, just ask Ms. Masters. You can rewatch it. That way you know exactly what's expected of you as you guys get ready to make your first video. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing I want to talk to you guys about today is your objective. So the objective for this project as a whole is, given your knowledge on correct composition and the rule of thirds, I want you to create a video using 9 camera shots. You should do all of this by the assigned deadline with correct composition, high quality production, and no editing errors. That's what I'm looking for here as we complete this first video project. Here's a glance at what components we're talking about for this composition video. It is your first video project. I want you to show me what you know. Based on everything we've learned in the last couple weeks about safety, procedures, as well as camera composition and how the camera works, I want you to show me your best work so far. Your video is going to include the 9 camera shots you see listed here on your screen. This will also be on the rubric that you'll be given by the sub. I want you to include an extreme long shot, a medium shot, a close-up, an extreme close-up, a knee shot, over the shoulder shot, 2 shot, and 3 shot. Now, you have to have 9 separate shots in your video. So I know that 2 shots could be combined into 1. For example, you could have a 2 shot that's also a long shot. I'm not going to count that for both in your video project. So if you have a 2 shot that's a long shot, you need to have another long shot somewhere else in your video, or another 2 shot to make both of those count. So I hope this makes sense. I'm looking for 9 separate shots, not 6 shots where you've combined a couple, at least 9 shots. Your video must also have a beginning, middle, and end. I'm not looking for just you pressing record and showing me what a long shot is with no audio or anything like that. I'm looking for an actual video, a story. You're going to entertain me in some way. So beginning, middle, end. Think about a video you've always wanted to create. You have total creative freedom when it comes to this video project. I want you to show me your best work, so come up with something fun. I'm also looking here for correct composition and the rule of thirds. So think back to what we've learned. You should give me proper headroom, lead room, nose room. Your subject should be framed according to the rule of thirds that we spent so much time talking about in class. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind is the production schedule for this project. You're going to start pre-production, hopefully today. If not, you'll start it first thing tomorrow. But I want you to take 1 solid day to work on pre-production in class. Make sure you're working diligently because pre-production is very in-depth, and we'll talk about that in another video. After you finish your pre-production, you're going to start working on your production. That's your shooting. You're going to have 4 full days to shoot your video during class. Then you're going to start post-production. That's editing. You will have 4 solid days in class to edit and turn in your video. So, again, 4 days to shoot, 4 days to edit. So make sure you are creating a schedule and using your time wisely on this video project. Let's take a look at the rubric together and how you're going to be graded for this project. As you can see, this is a 70-point project. And you're getting graded in 7 different categories that are worth 10 points each. The first is project concept. This is what I'm talking about when I say it has to have a beginning, middle, and end. Are you going to make a commercial, a story, a little short film, a movie trailer, whatever you want, but it has to have a central theme, a concept. I should watch your video and instantly know exactly what it's about, what it is, not have too many questions at the end. Secondly, I'm looking that you included the 9 camera shots and that they are easily identified. So if it's a medium shot, it should be framed exactly like a medium shot. And that goes into your next category, which is framing. I'm looking to see that everything's properly framed. You shouldn't have any errors when it comes to headroom, nose room, lead room. Your medium shot shouldn't be framed kind of at the mid-thigh. It should be at the waist, like we talked about in class. Next, you're getting graded on editing quality. I don't want to see editing errors here. So remember, no jump cuts, no black holes. Transitions should be used appropriately, but not overused. And transitions cannot be used to cover up jump cuts. So make sure that with editing quality, there is 1 or less editing errors to get full credit in that category. Next, I'm looking at audio. Now, I know we're not using any microphones yet and that the audio for these cameras is not the best. I'm looking to see that you made wise decisions when you were shooting about how to get proper audio. So, for example, did you put the camera close enough to your subject that we can hear what they're saying? Did you shoot during lunch when it's impossible to hear anybody except the giant crowd? Or did you choose to go find a quiet location to shoot your video? Make sure I can hear what's going on and I have a clear concept based on the audio in your video. Next, I'm looking that you exported it correctly. So, did you use the proper settings that we learned in class and that are on our exporting checklist? Is everything scaled to frame size? If your video is tiny and in a black box, you've done something wrong and you need to go back and reassess your settings. And finally, you're getting graded on deadline. Remember, deadline is important. This is one of my biggest pet peeves. I'm looking to see that you turned it in on or before the day that it was due. And again, this is worth 70 points. So this is your camera composition project.